Sam Cawthorn here, the keynote speaker for ICMI, the Young Australian of the Year and the guy that has overcome death. Well, basically I wanted to very quickly have a conversation with you about the value that I can bring to an event, to a conference or whatever it might be. So basically my keynote message at the moment is called bounce. And you know how we've all heard of that term bounce back? Look at that guy, look at that team, look at that organisation, they've bounced back. And also even how we've bounced back from the financial crisis, we've bounced back from the recent natural disasters. But I think there's something wrong with that message bounce back, because if you think about it, our whole sole focus is to bounce back to that place that got us to the problem in the first place. So for me, it's not only about bouncing back, but more about bouncing forward. Because when we're bouncing forward, we go into a mode that accesses creativity, innovation, and also thought leadership, because it's a place that we've never been before. You know, actually, it's quite interesting. There's a term which is called adversarial growth, which basically means when we go through those tough times, those hard times, those difficult times, sometimes that can spur on the greatest growth period within our lives and also our organisations. Did you know there was a 34% rise of Australian millionaires in the middle of the global financial crisis? You know, I'm very much a storyteller. I tell a little bit about my own personal journey about overcoming a massive accident. I actually had a head-on collision with a semi-trailer. Basically, I died right there at the scene. The paramedics said I died for 3.5 minutes. You know, and I remember waking up after a week long of actually being on life support, and it was a very interesting time in my life. This whole journey of self-discovery. The doctors were telling me, Sam, you'll never be able to walk ever again. And so obviously I talk a little bit about my journey, but it's not a sad story. It's more of an empowering story and helping other people in their own personal journeys, whatever they might be going through. And so I incorporate a lot of stories of hope, case scenarios of corporate turnarounds, and obviously also it's very much so a journey that I take people through. Actually, right at the end, I actually incorporate me playing the guitar, because I actually had an amputation through my accident, and I've got this really cool bionic arm which I sort of show people on stage. And then I'm one of the only people in the world that play the guitar with one hand, and so I actually bring out the guitar right at the end, and I actually do a little bit of music as well. And so look, there's a lot of value that I can bring to events and also conferences as well, both from a business and personal side, but also from an inspirational and empowerment side to help teams and organisations to actually bounce forward. And so look guys, I'd love to see where I can add value to any ICMI events, and thank you so much for your time here again, and I cannot wait to talk to you soon in 2011. Have these conditions in our life. My condition is a lot more physical. You can see it. I don't know what goes on in your life. I don't know sometimes maybe the trauma that you might feel, but it's not about the condition, it's actually about our decision. As I make my way, come on, come on, there's a right to leave, come on, will I ever learn, come on.
Talk about tenacity.
I thought he was great.
I loved what he had to say. I thought he was passionate. He moved me. I cried.
I had a major car accident. My arm was ripped from my elbow and was 25 metres away from the car. The doctor said to me, Sam, you'll never be able to walk ever again. Recently I was on national radio and they said, Sam, if you could go back to that place where you had the accident, would you change it? Surely you'd change it. I said, no, I wouldn't change it, because this is the person I was meant to be today.
I had a table full of criers when I came to Sam.
Turning it around to so many positives is just something you'd aspire to.
I've embraced who I am, and now I'm just pressing forward to what lies ahead. Yes, I've learnt from the past, but now there's an entire future there that is yet to be created. As I make my way